you're just not going to vote. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they removed all of them in predominantly black areas and kept them in white areas. So if you didn't have transportation, if you didn't have access to it, then you just weren't going to do it. So it's to swing the votes the other way, essentially.
Right. Absolutely. Well, and I'm blanking on his name, politician who actually made the statement, if black people have equal access to all voting, Republicans will never win again, is what he actually said. If all people can vote, and he doesn't want all people to vote. He doesn't want that possibility because he's right.
It's not in his best
all
interest.
these dinosaurs who've been in there for 100 years and who are still writing laws, anti-black laws, anti-trans laws, and like this law we were talking about, that, we don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable laws. It's like, of course you're going to get voted out because you're so out of touch with the real world. You're still pandering to this little group of white people who feel like they still run the world.
Which is ridiculous because how outnumbered they are at this point, right? Like, the people who are politicians are, based on age and tenure, they're outnumbered by people younger than them. You know what I mean? By non-white people.
Right. So looking at the time here, I see that we should probably go to a break real quick.
Oh, yeah. You're too much.
Oh, and we are back.
What a break.
I know. I took a little nap.
Yeah?
Did my hair. Oh my god. So, we were talking about whiteness and white privilege. It is not just Black History Month. It is also Oscar season. Are you laughing at the clock?
Yeah.
I know every time I start this, the clock chimes. And now the clock is right there instead of being over there. I have the craziest clock because instead of chiming at the hour, the 15 minutes, the half hour, it chimes at literally 5 after, 20 after.
Why?
Because it's stupid.
Okay.
It's drunk. I got it at an estate sale. What do you expect?
I don't know. How many clocks do you need that make noise? This is my first question.
How many clocks?
Because in these
Is that a real question?
Yeah, girl, because in this podcast, they've heard at least 2 that make noise.
Oh, that's true.
And from their perspective, it just sounds like our house is going cuckoo. Do you know what I mean?
Well. Okay, so I think I only have 5 clocks that make, but only 2 of them actively.
Sure.
Because some of them have been silenced.
Because moderation.
Because my evil husband was like, too much noise, and I don't even understand that.
I know.
So the grandfather clock we have in our bedroom had to be silenced.
Right. It sounds like you killed it. We shot it.
We killed it. We murdered the grandfather clock. And I have my Wizard of Oz clock that sings at the top of its freaking lungs on the hour.
It just
but it has been de-batteried, so it no longer sings. And my other Wizard of Oz clock that only sings when it feels like it.
Oh.
And the dog barks on the hour, whatever.
Okay.
But it doesn't anymore because I kept changing the batteries, and the dog died.
The dog's like, you know what?
I mean, Toto's really old. It might have died.
But how with your shit.
And now being completely off topic. Listen, so it is Oscar month. When the Oscar nominations will come out. The Oscars are usually in March, but the nominations come out in February. They should be out any day. Where a whole bevy of white people will get awards.
Yeah.
Because this year is the 94th Oscars ceremony.
Jeez.
94 years. And in 94 years, 21 black actors and actresses have won awards.
Is that for all of the categories, or is this just for
that's just for the actors and actresses.
Okay.
So, best actor, best actress,
supporting.
Best supporting actor and actress. So that's it. In 92 years, 21 people.
Did you say? Oh.
And so, which is 5.65% of those awards. Yeah. No, there's a lot more awards because there's, all of the cinematography,
screenwriting,
director,
makeup,
whatever. Quack. In all those years, how many black directors have won? Oh, yeah, none.
Okay. So
and
a lot.
How many women directors have won? 2.
Oh, okay. That's too many. Too many already, girl.
Too many, right. So, I am going to just tell you that when I read that, and I knew this because I watch the Oscars every year. God help me.
For the past 93 years. For the past 93 years.
I have watched it for all 93 years, which is crazy, but I have. And I've been very aware, and every year I hope, I'm just like, okay, we got some people nominated that, yes. The very first actress to win was Hattie McDaniel in 1939, won for Gone with the Wind. Right? For playing Mammy.
Hold on, though. Wasn't it because segregation was still a thing? Was she just, like, brought on stage and then escorted out?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because they didn't want her there.
Right.
They didn't expect she would be there, and she was there. And they also were surprised when she came up to get her award because they were like, I thought we told her to stay home.
Right.
And she was like, no, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
Her speech was very gracious and whatever, but you know, the thing that always bothered me about her speech is that she says, I hope I am a credit to my race.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, well, but in 1939.
Yeah.
You know, from 1939, the next person to win an Oscar was in 1963, the next person of color. So, do the math.
Just
24 years later.
A couple.
Right, and Sidney Poitier won.
Okay.
And then, you know, we jump forward almost another 20 years. Because we don't want to rush it.
No.
You know, we
They
don't
have
want
to
to
space it out so the white people
Louis
feel...
Gossett Jr. won for supporting.
Okay.
And then, you know, in 89, Denzel won for supporting. In 1990, Whoopi Goldberg became the second woman
For Ghost?
for Ghost. Well, the fact of the matter is she was cheated for Color Purple.
Yes, ma'am.
Color Purple was nominated for, I don't know, 475 Oscars. That, by the way, if you check that, you'll find that is not an accurate number.
Weird.
It would, but I want to say it was like 12 or 13. It was a lot of Oscars, and it won 0.
Weird.
Geraldine Page won for A Trip to Bountiful instead of Whoopi Goldberg. What? Whoopi Goldberg should have won.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey should have won.
Yeah, if you have never seen The Color Purple, go see The Color Purple. Girl.
Right.
Watch
all
The Color
of the
Purple.
people who were nominated should have won.
Yes.
It was an amazing movie. It is an amazing movie. It holds up all these years later.
Read the book.
Oh my God, I love that book. It is one of my all-time favorite books.
Yes.
Right. So there we have Whoopi. They gave her the Oscar for Ghost, which was like,
Thank you.
well, okay. I mean, this is your consolation because we didn't give it to you for... And I'm sure that's not accurate, but that's how it feels. That's my opinion. And then 6 years later, Cuba Gooding Jr. supporting the first woman to win a lead Halle Berry in 2001.
Yeah.
So we are now that many years, 70 years into the Oscars.
Yeah.
70 years, and the first woman
To win a lead.
to win a lead actress. And by the way, I believe she's still the only one.
Okay.
I have to look at that. I wrote notes, I made notes, but it was like, then they, you know, start trickling in. 4 men have won
Best actor?
for Best Actor.
Okay.
So it was Sydney, Denzel eventually won for that, Jamie Foxx,
Okay.
and Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But really, all of them have been supporting and whatever. It's like, what? Yeah. And all of that. 21 people in 92 years. I mean, it'll be 93 this year. This is the 93rd annual Oscars. And it's like, what? Why? And from the list we just looked at, the list we just looked at of who they think will be nominated this year, because like I said, it hasn't come out yet. It's a gaggle of white people.
It sure is. Sure.
I'm sorry, but Nicole Kidman playing Lucy Ricardo is not groundbreaking.
It's not groundbreaking.
I mean, she's playing a white lady in the 50s. No,
maybe it's because Nicole Kidman's not funny.
Nicole Kidman is not funny.
And then they're like,
maybe
you know
in real
what?
life she's funny.
Sure.
Maybe. I mean, I
guess so.
I don't know. But she's already won her Oscar.
So she's done.
She
Sit
doesn't need another
down,
Oscar.
Nicole.
I mean, she put on a prosthetic nose. She won an Oscar for The Hours. It was amazing.
The Hours was incredible.
Yeah, she was great. I'm not saying she shouldn't have won.
No, right. And that's the thing is, like, we're not saying that these white actors and actresses aren't great. But but there's some stratification where white people are just getting all the awards.
Right.
And black people are getting participation awards.
It was either 2020 or 2021 when... oh my God, I'm just blanking on his name. Chadwick Boseman was up for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Won every other award. Won the Golden Globes, the state, well, whatever, who knows?
All
the
of
awards. He
them.
won all the awards, posthumously, sadly.
Right.
But Oscar time is like, okay,
Here we go.
Here we go. We're going to have a black man win another Best Actor. Nope, it went to Anthony Hopkins. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sure that old white man did a great job. I didn't see the movie.
Also, love Anthony Hopkins.
I love Anthony Hopkins. Great actor.
Sure.
Really?
I know.
Really?
I know. Has he not won?
He has.
So he's done
he
too.
He won an Oscar playing Hannibal Lecter.
Mr. Hopkins, I'm about had enough of you. I'm going to need you to sit down.
Well, he is 150 years old.
I love you, but sit down.
But yeah, have a seat. Take a seat. Let some other...
Yeah.
I mean, really, Andra Day was up for playing Billie Holiday.
Oh, okay.
Didn't win. Some white lady.
Some white lady.
You know. There's all these people along the way. Some white lady. That's a... Really. Now, there were some groundbreaking moments last year where a woman, a Korean woman, won Best Supporting Actress. That's a first.
Wow.
Shouldn't be a first this many years in, but it is a first.
Do you like how people talk about how America's like a melting pot, but any award show is just dominated by white people?
It's a melting pot of what? White cheese.
Of hot dog water and American flag, girl.
Right, it's fondue of the blandest cheese.
Ew, and it's fondue. It's communal cheese. I'm not about it. I'm out.
Okay, now you have ruined...
I ruined it. You're the one who said fondue, and if you know anything about anything...
I'm sorry, but you said communal
It's not know what fondue is.
Yeah, but that's disgusting. Now, I will never eat fondue again. Although, honestly, I think I've eaten it once.
Yeah. Didn't a fondue pot catch fire in your house once?
Yes.
We're safe
That
here.
was a whole different... That was so funny.
We're very safe.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my fault. It was a Christmas present I got from one of my clients. It was a fondue pot in the shape of a teddy bear.
Oh my god,
remember?
That's right, yeah.
And it was like some glazed... I think setting glazed ceramics on fire, maybe not the best plan. It had the candles underneath, and we lit it, and we walked out of the room momentarily, walked back in, and there's flames.
Flames?
Licking up the
Girl,
of the
that teddy bear was on fire, honey.
That motherfucking bear was on
Toast
fire.
Up. Toasty.
Yes. Yes, he was. All right. I think this might be a good place to take another break. I think we need to stop. Oh my god.
Stop.
Too much.
Okay. Okay, hi, hello, welcome back. We are gonna go over some guided questions about race and talk about how that applies to our life and what we've experienced as white people, which is the most important. But no, it's just like the point is to talk about for white people, for people who are not people of color, to discuss race and because black people, other people of color, are real sick of explaining it. We can just do the work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I agree. And I know I told you this, we talked about this before, that I watched this white man talking about race and saying he wished that was not his job, because as a white man really shouldn't be talking about race, but white people can only listen to other white people, because if somebody, a person of color, tells them that anything they do is racist, then they cry and scream.
Bring on them white tears, honey.
Yeah, the white tears.
That fuels my goddamn fire, let me tell you what. Cry at me.
No.
Okay. So
right,
question number 1 is, when were you first aware of your race? Whitey.
Well, for me, para me, being, pasty white chick. Well, growing up, I actually wasn't pasty white.
Because
I used to go outside. Before I realized outside is too outside.
Ooh, toxic.
Yeah, outside.
Danger.
I know. When people talk about the great outdoors, I'm like, meh.
Where?
Right. I don't care. But no, growing up, being little brown children, because we were always out in the sun, and we were told that we were of indigenous descent, because my grandmother, who's very, very brown, year-round, and her mother, on that side, we talked about that. And I think we talked about it mostly in terms of, trying to shut down my stepfather, who was the most racist, you know, and...
Which is so interesting considering his mixed heritage.
Well, now, but of course he never